You can give us the intro music?
Did what?
You can give us the intro music so we can get pumped up for it?
The intro music is the one piece of editing we do, Keith.
That's good,
I can't.
Everything
we
else
don't actually.
No, I want you to give it to us like verbally so we can get pumped up for this.
We don't actually sit here and sing the intro music.
Well, you should start to.
Well, I don't even know how to do it. You know?
I go, wow.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Estate Raw and Uncut, episode 40. I'm Byron Lazine, joined as always by Tim Bray. This week, special guest Keith Atchison is joining us from Fusion Interactive Group. You're the owner of that agency. You guys do a lot of social media, a lot of software products. He's appeared on WTNH multiple times as the tech expert, and he was kind enough to join us today on the show to talk about technology, how it's changing real estate. There has been historic problems in real estate with the transparency of agents holding information back. So we kind of want to get into that with Keith on how technology is changing the game. So,
Thanks for having me, man.
Are you excited?
Pumped to be on Raw and Uncut.
You are.
I love it.
And you are special.
That's what they tell me.
Every guest we have is special.
Deb Kane.
Yeah, Debbie Kane, baby. That was a good episode. Go back and watch that one if you haven't. So, I'm interested to hear from you, Keith, being the tech guy, being the tech expert. What industries have you seen dramatically change in the last 10, 20 years because of technology?
They're all changing, right? I mean,
Everything.
Everything's changing. Everything's changing. But dramatically, travel is a good one, right? So you think about a few years ago, you'd have to go into a travel agent. They would set everything up for you, right? And then it would take it completely out of your hands.
They had the information.
They had control.
They had the information.
I mean, that's
They had all the deals, right? They had
that's
all
true.
the special deals.
you're the oldest duck sitting here, right?
What? Look at this guy. I had Just for Men that went in
do you
this
hate?
morning just for this
It's
episode.
He
It's
dyes
coming.
it. He dyes that hair.
And me too.
So, no, but honestly, like in your experience, what's been the biggest complaint from agents, or not from agents, from the consumers towards the agent?
Well, lack of information over the years. Let's turn the clock back not too far, maybe 10, 15 years, where real estate agents would actually have a book that would come out that was delivered to their office. And if you were a buyer, you needed to align yourself with an agent that had access to that information, who is in essence a gatekeeper.
You actually had to go to the office to be able to sit down and look through their book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who does that?
That's how it was. That's how it was done.
Both in the residential and the commercial real estate industry. In the commercial side, it used to be called Cornerstone, which has now become CoStar Group.
What if that agent only showed you, certain pages of the book? That's all you got to choose from?
Yeah, absolutely. You didn't have any control. You let's say you're looking for the mobile home, and you didn't want it to be on the southeast side. You wanted it to be on the northeast side. Well, that's not a good example because you could actually move it.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have access to it. So now what's happened is that veil has come down with technology, and the agents are still trying to figure out where their value add in the marketplace has been or is, because they've had that information.
Right.
And you want the information, you better come to me.
Yeah.
Because I've
not that way anymore. And I think to Keith's point with the travel agents, you didn't know until you actually got to wherever you were going on vacation,
Haiti.
So you got to the resort, what the real deal was. But now, like reviews, right? That's a big part.
You got TripAdvisor, you got Hotwire, you got Kayak, there's a million websites out there.
Never heard of Kayak.
You don't use Kayak?
Oh, jeez,
How's wrong
I never
with you?
used Kayak. Oh my God. Like,
He only travels to Jewett City.
I never used Kayak. Is that a big deal?
It's a big deal. You get to look at them all in
We're
one.
dropping knowledge on you today, man.
All right. Well, I always learn something when Keith's around.
Yeah.
What?
But anyway, you can go to any of those websites. They've got apps for most of those, Expedia, all those guys, Orbitz, whatever, and you can find the best deal just by going to a couple of different sites.
I will say it hasn't killed off the valuable travel agent though, because there is still a niche market in having a really good high-end travel agent for somebody.
Yeah, for an executive maybe, or somebody that
has no time to go on these 10 different platforms that you're talking about. So there's still that niche, but it's certainly wiped out a good 50 to 90% of the business. I'm just throwing that out there, but I would say a good chunk of the travel agents have been wiped out because of this technology. In a real estate perspective, obviously everybody knows about Zillow and what that's done to change the game. What have you seen in your experience with some of these tech companies and how they've changed the game for real estate, and do you think it's just going to continue?
Well, I mean, we talked about the agents, how they used to hold all the information. Now it's all centered into one spot, right? There's a lot of websites out there now where you can go and you can find listings from every agency that's out there.
Here's the problem, right? That they're getting more information, but are they getting accurate information?
And it's not even accurate information, it's your interpretation of the information that's out there, because a lot of the information that you're getting is wrong.
Yeah.
So the value of a good agent now is in the negotiation side. It's in interpretation of markets. Whether should you buy, should you sell,
right.
should you rent? Now you need to become a consultant. You are not a gatekeeper of information anymore.
Right.
The information's, you can go on Zillow and you can get some information. If you're a consumer, you've got to spend more time than just Zillow because you're going to have misinformation there. I love what Zillow has done where it's opened that door and it's forced agents to be, more giving of the information. But in order to get, say, the property map, you've got to leave Zillow, right? And you've got to go to maybe your town GIS site to get that, or to get the deed, you got to go somewhere else. You're not getting all that information in one place.
Yeah, I mean, I think too that you guys, I follow you guys on social, and you guys do a great job with social media too. So it's more about, I think, taking that information and sharing it now these days, right? I mean, that's the feeling.
We're all about transparency,
right?
And that should lead us into where is the industry? What has recently come out or is coming out that's going to help not only the consumer, but help the agents to attract more listings, to help the consumer have more knowledge about a property. And we're happy to say that we've been involved in that.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're gonna give you guys a little bit of a little insight on something that we've been helping build, something that helped me grow my business in a very short period of time. My first year in real estate, I listed over 75 properties during that 12-month period, which is,
unheard of.
10 years for some agents. The reason being, I see where this is going, and technology is going, and consumers are demanding the information. So I would just give it to them. And
how are you giving it to them?
We were building, and we still do, we build property packets for every single one of our listings.
And what we were doing with this thing is we were actually utilizing a bunch of different technologies, which took time to be trained on, to get efficient with.
Right.
Sometimes it would take upwards of 8 hours. So you're using Adobe, you were using Microsoft Publisher, you were using some sort of a stream host or service to disseminate all of this property information through the virtual tour link to 30,000 plus websites. And for us in training our team members, it just became this cumbersome process, which we've now aligned ourselves with Keith, and we're going to make this available to the masses. So it's not only going to help the consumer, it's going to help the agents get more listings. It's going to help the consumers actually cut down on the number of showings that they have, because the people looking at them will have the information.
Here's the thing.
One thing, that's expensive the way you were doing it too,
Right.
right? I mean, think about all the software
And it's not only expensive.
$150 plus a month,
Right.
just per person.
It's not only expensive on a monetary value, it's super expensive on a time value, because you can use that time somewhere else. If you're an agent and you're not looking how to cut time, you're insane, right? Because that's a game. If you can fit in more work into a certain amount of time, you're going to get more deals. And I think I want to hear your take on the whole technology industry. That's all it's doing is saving people time.
Absolutely.
Right? Like look at what Uber's done. It saved people time on getting that cab. So this product that we're specifically talking about, that Keith has helped us push all of those elements together into one place for the agent to deliver accurate information to the consumer, propertypacket.com.
Whoa, that's easy.
You can go there today, propertypacket.com, and check it out.
Is that going to have a picture of you on it?
It's going to have...
It's not going to be me on
How about
there.
me? Did I make the
prettiest one
cut?
in
Did I
the
make
room.
the cut?
But no,
I don't
Keith,
think I did.
are these the type of models that you see continuing to come out to give consumers more information and to allow people to move quicker and get it all in one place.
Absolutely. I mean, busy professionals, right? I mean, we gotta, like you said, we gotta cram as much into that time as we can. Being a small business owner myself, there's not enough hours in the day, and you guys are the same way, I'm sure. So, taking that process that you guys have been doing over the years and cutting down the time, cutting down the expense, and then offering it out to the rest of the agents that are out there, seems like a win to me.
Absolutely. Check it out, propertypacket.com. Keith, we want to thank you for coming on Raw and Uncut. If you guys are looking for new tips, if you're a real estate seller, buyer, agent, you want to check out Real Estate Raw and Uncut every single Friday. Drop us some comments. Drop some comments for Keith. Keith, do you want to be found anywhere?
I do want to be found. FusionInteractiveGroup.com, and I'm coming back for episode 50. I don't care what it's about. I'm back. Episode 50.
All right, Keith wants in on 50. We're 10 away from that milestone. So FusionInteractive.com is the website.
FusionInteractiveGroup.com.
FusionInteractiveGroup.com. He couldn't buy FusionInteractive.com, I guess. Any social media outlets you want to be hit up on?
Yeah, well, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, on LinkedIn as well. But if you go to FusionInteractiveGroup.com, you'll get links to all those anyhow. So
you're married, right? Single ladies, they can't hit you up.
No.
All right, he's married, so all right. How about you? Where do you?
Yeah, I'm married.
No, I know.
I got 3 kids.
We know. Where do you want to be found? Social media.
I'm going to be found right here. Just tbray@seaportre.com.
Email him.
That's it.
That's right. Find me on
Call me.
Instagram @ByronLazine. All right, guys. Thank you every single Friday. Drop us some comments. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Propertypacket.com. Get there if you're an agent.